keep on rolling. You know what time it is.
That's deep. That's deep.
That's pretty deep.
That was deep.
Got a deep voice going today. I don't know why. We can go really low. But, well, we talked a little bit before. We might as well jump into it. We'll, obviously we do sports, but we talk about a bunch of other garbage as well.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen the Snyder cut.
Yeah, you freaking should.
I don't know that you have to say spoilers because it's the exact same story. They change things.
They change things. Yes,
storyline,
it's the
pretty
same.
much. It's the same.
It's the same. They added a couple things here and there and some different pieces. Hours, yeah. Obviously, me and my buddies talked about it after we all watched it and stuff like that. I absolutely loved it. I can't say I have. The only really negative thing that I have was the length, and I think that you needed the length to give backstories of the characters that we didn't really know a lot of yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just, it was his, Warner Brothers already said that it was his last hurrah with DC.
Yeah.
So, he was going to go all out for it. I absolutely loved the movie. I mean, it was fantastic.
Well, because originally he was thinking it was going to be 6, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I'm glad it released the way it did.
Mm-hmm.
I would have never, if I'd have seen it in the theater,
yeah,
I would have hated it.
Really?
It's 4 hours.
I get it. Yeah. I sat through, I remember as a kid sitting through like the last Lord of the Rings and it being like 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
even the end game was.
I've never even seen an episode of that, so.
Well, it's not a TV show.
Well, there's 3 of them. They're fucking episodes about fucking guys walking through the woods. For a ring.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's, when we oversimplify it, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But
Get a horse. For fuck's sake. I mean, Jesus.
Anyway.
It's about the journey, man. They like walking. It seems like people are chasing them.
Yeah.
I've never even seen it, but I assume people are chasing them. Wouldn't it be funny if nobody was chasing them and it was just about the walk?
It kind of is. There's not a whole lot of people chasing the 2 of them.
Oh.
The 2 of the hobbits.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're just on a journey to destroy.
They're really short, too, right? Hobbits?
Yeah, hobbits, yeah.
So you don't like hobbits?
I mean...
They're
not as short.
Like, you can't like that movie because it's based on...
No. I said last week, I have no ill will towards the small people. They just freak me out.
Okay. So is it a horror story movie for you?
No.
I mean...
No, if it's a horror story, they succeed. So, yeah, I guess.
All right. No, Snyder cut wise though, way better.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I texted you.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was about halfway through watching it.
Yeah.
When I was trying to watch it, and I ended up having to go back to work. But so I watched it in multiple sets. So, but you could tell, after seeing it. And I know they had to reshoot some stuff and then do some CGI stuff. But
yeah.
When you watch it going, oh my God, he cut everything from that movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Whedon came in and shot a whole new movie.
New storyline, new character, the way, the traits of the characters.
Yeah.
I mean, in Whedon's movie, Flash was a little bitch who was afraid to do anything.
And it was trying to make him the... because that was in that Deadpool where everybody thought it needed to be really funny. Well, and when Thor came out, the second one, of it had to be funny. Of you can have your fun.
Yeah.
But you made the Flash a bitch.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything with Cyborg
in
the Whedon version. It's like he was in the movie for 6 minutes. And then you watch this one and go, whatever, however he treated, is it Ray Fisher?
Yeah.
Obviously he's had complaints and whatever. It's like, also cut all of him out of the movie.
Pretty much, yeah.
The whole fucking then seeing Snyder's of it's basically about him.
Oh yeah, it's like the whole center of this.
Yeah,
he is technology pretty much. So
yeah.
It's
they had to do the backstories.
Mm-hmm.
Because, everybody knows Superman.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. I don't know anything about Cyborg.
Neither did I.
So it was
kind of interesting. Yeah.
Now, could he have trimmed a lot of it out?
Probably
100%.
Yeah.
Like the background story was too much.
Uh-huh.
Could have trimmed, easily probably could have trimmed 40 minutes out of that movie.
Yeah, we didn't really need to see him playing football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We could have we already could tell that he was.
Well, I mean, hell, the intro to the movie was like 8 minutes of like,
yeah.
all right, let's
Yeah.
let's get this moving.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Are you talking about like the fight scene in the beginning?
no,
Oh.
talking about like the
yeah.
walk in and
Yeah.
him getting to Aquaman
Mm-hmm.
of like, all right, okay,
Yeah.
and then those bitches singing.
Yeah.
Like, didn't need that. I mean, that did nothing for the story, but it added 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that. Remember on The Good Guys where he's like, I like to do a little weekend editing.
Yeah.
I currently took 48 seconds out of. It's like, I'm going to load that into the computer and I'm going to trim that thing up.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. To me, as a kid watching like the Justice League cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when they I guess in like 2000 they came out, so I was like 6.
Yeah.
There was those characters, and then they just put it in a movie form. You know what I mean? Like Batman was a badass, Superman was a badass. You know what I mean? All of these guys were actually superheroes. In Whedon's version, it just seemed like they were okay.
Yeah.
Like these guys are all badasses fighting against this other guy.
Well, and then the stuff that was taken out, all the jokes that we put in.
Yeah.
And then that it's still the Superman one in Whedon's version when he comes out and he's like, grabs Batman and is like, tell me, do you bleed?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, even if he wasn't, like, bats bleed.
Yeah.
I mean, the fuck does this even mean?
Yeah. It's the adding the depth of like the dark side.
Yeah.
And there was pretty cool to me too.
Yeah.
Having that guy, because he's like DC's ultimate villain.
Yeah, and Steppenwolf was way better.
Yeah. He looked cooler. He sounded more, a super villain-esque. I thought it was cool why he was doing it. He was in debt to the dark side guy. Did you hear that? He's an Odie.
Yeah.
He's like, you still owe him 50,000 worlds. Like, Jesus Christ, what does this guy do?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
But way better.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing that sucks is at the end it set up like 5 movies that are not getting made.
Oh, I know it. They've
canceled all those movies.
Honestly, like I am such a big fan of superhero movies. I hate when the superheroes die. So like when it went to the Nightmare version and they're talking about like Aquaman's dead and all this shit and Superman's, dark side turned him over to the bad Superman. It's like, well, fuck. But it was still cool as shit. You know what I mean? It was still cool, that scene oh my God, it was cool with the Joker and them. Because you set up for obviously Robin.
Yep.
Everybody knows that the Joker kills one of Batman's Robins. Talks about Harley Quinn dying.
Yep.
Talks about his, you know what I mean? Like, and then Jared Leto actually looked like a scary fucking Joker in that one. He wasn't like the douchey one in
punk rock.
the douchey one from Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad sucked.
It was bad.
But what it did, like that ending, like that scene, I kind of want Ben Affleck to come back and play Batman.
Oh, for sure.
Like after Batman vs. Superman, which I still hate.
I know you
it's
do.
a terrible movie.
I know you do.
This made it better.
Mm-hmm.
And then it like I so don't want to I so don't care about Robert Pattinson as Batman.
Oh, I know.
I know. I just seen this.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Christian Bale. What Ben Affleck did here.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, I know.
The fuck out of here.
I know it. I don't get that either. And I don't know why, if you're Warner Brothers, as much traction as this got, why would you not want him to do more of your movies?
Well, I don't know. Well, a little bit of it. I don't know superhero movie what can be done right now. Because if you can't make $1 billion,
you're right.
Because it's like $100 million to make the damn thing.
Yeah. But I'm saying his name, Snyder's name's got brought up so much and has so much traction right now. If Warner Brothers would come out and say, "Yeah, we retract what we said," he's going to do a couple more.
Yeah.
I think it would make $1 billion instantly because people want to see it.
Well, and I think they need to lower their standards because they're not Marvel.
No.
Even though they have the better
They have the better superheroes.
They have the better superheroes.
For sure.
But you're not like they're reactionary.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can see them trying to do what Marvel's doing.
Yeah.
Okay, well that second Thor was basically a comedy.
Yeah.
Well, now we need to do this, and we need
No,
like
you don't. Stay dark.
No, the Dark Knight series.
Yes, dark.
Go with that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's Batman is a dark character. He's a superhero, but a lot of shit's happened to this guy. It's a dreary scene. Gotham City is a dreary town.
Yeah,
it's not a light shining kind of thing. Even the TV show Gotham, it was a dreary town. You know what I mean? Anything that has to do with Batman it's not happy.
No.
You know what I mean? And I just feel like if you're wanting to do something that Marvel's doing, Snyder's probably the guy. You know what I mean? Because he kind of brings that dark tone to it.
Yeah.
And then when they said fuck twice in the movie, and I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yep, loved it.
Love it.
Superheroes cuss, guys. Just letting you know.
Yeah. That's the one thing. Like, I think when they hit with Iron Man, it's because at the end of it, it was the first time a superhero didn't hate being a superhero.
Yeah.
Because every other movie's like, oh my God, I hate being Spider-Man. Oh my, it's like,
yeah, it's a toll
all
on
right,
me.
this is what we're going to do. That's why I hate, when they release this new Batman, the first 40 minutes is going to be a backstory.
Yeah, I know it.
Of like, hey,
we know.
There's been a lot of these movies.
We get it.
How about you just get into it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But no.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, setting up for movies, he set up like the Batman Flashpoint.
Yep.
Where pretty much Flash fucks up everybody's timelines, He set up a nightmare scenario.
Yep.
He set up
The Martian.
The only thing he really...
I had to look up.
Oh, you didn't know?
Who the fuck that guy was.
As a kid, he's in the Justice League TV show. Yeah, that's why
I've never...
Yeah, I know you haven't.
Never seen that.
You weren't a child in 2000?
No.
Yep, I was. But yeah, he's in that, so I know who he was. And then the only... if I had a complaint, I was like, I wish Warner Brothers would have let him do Green Lantern. Throw Jon Stewart in there. He's a big part of the Justice League.
Yeah.
That's just an extra character that is cool. And
that's when I hate when they set up movies and they never get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the Green Lantern movie was bad.
Yeah.
But they set it up. They set up the next one, and then I'm still pissed off.
Yeah.
Like, I know it was shit, and it did zero money.
Yeah.
But you set it up, so I need to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which just brings me to a second point. We'll move on from the Snyder cut now.
Okay.
I broke down and did it. I texted you over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And watched the second Coming to America.
Yeah.
Did you watch it yet?
No, I'm not going to.
Ugh. I think I texted you about 20 minutes in and said I want to shut it off.
I want to shut it off. Yeah.
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't imagine it being good.
It is not good.
I can't imagine it being good. None of that stuff is good.
There's some funny... it's still got Eddie Murphy in it, and there's some funny parts.
Yeah.
But it's just the storyline I can't even believe they made.
Yeah.
When you step back and...
Yeah.
In the world that we live in with how Twitter and stuff reacts to stuff, the fact that movie, for how the storyline is, didn't get trashed is crazy.
Well, I bet nobody watched it.
Do you know what it is?
No, I have no idea.
That you see it in the previews about him having a kid?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Mm-hmm.
His kid that's in Queens.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got drugged and raped by a girl, and she got pregnant.
Oh, okay.
So that's the basis of the storyline. That's how he has a son that he didn't know about.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Because in his mind, he only ever hooked up with the whatever her name is.
Yeah.
That he ended up marrying.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, oh,
awesome.
Okay.
Well, that's an interesting thing. Okay. Yeah. I'm assuming nobody watched it. That's why nobody reacted to it.
And they brought some people back and stuff, obviously the old characters and stuff. But it was just like, all right.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's bad. It's not worth talking about.
No,
I mean, people can watch it, think what you like, but to me, it ruined the first movie.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to watch it, because I like the first movie. It was hilarious, you know? And I don't want it to ruin it.
Yeah, it did.
I figured.
All right, now that that's out of the road, we've talked about movies and everybody's turned it off if they don't care. Guess we can get into some sports if that's what you want to.
I guess.
I have I do also have a funny story. We'll save that toward the end.
Okay.
Of a buddy of mine, and you know him.
Yeah.
Good story.
Okay.
So, right up our alley kind of story.
Oh, good. Good. Either shit or penises. One of the two. Not a whole lot of big news with free agency. I mean, we kind of hit last week was kind of the big week. We had all the big splashy signings, and this week is more of kind of bringing everybody back who you cut to try to restructure and save your cap money and things like that. Like T.Y. Hilton back to the Colts, Ndamukong Suh went back to the Bucks.
Pause there.
Okay,
how the fuck did the Bucks sign everybody?
I don't know.
I'm not going to be shocked if they don't figure out a way to bring Leonard Fournette back.
Yeah.
I mean, that never happens. Any Super Bowl team, you never keep anybody.
I mean,
they kept everybody. Now, Fournette, that's up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
But
you can bring,
if Fournette goes, you bring in Adrian Peterson for nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And be the same kind of person
and get
he was.
800 yards or whatever on half the,
And then, you can sign AB to pretty much next to nothing.
Yeah.
A 1 year, $1 million deal.
Yeah, because ain't nobody looking at him.
No. The Seahawks were the only one that I read where they were the only ones interested in him.
And he'll be back because Tom Brady wants him back. But, and that thing, too, of if you lose Fournette, you have big option. I mean, Le'Veon Bell's out there.
Yeah, exactly.
And nobody's offering him anything.
Nope.
And he might tag on.
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of said he would like to go there.
Yeah. You have the 32nd pick. There's a guy from Alabama that would replace that role pretty well.
Be okay.
Seems like
he's probably going to be there.
Yeah.
If he's not there,
I'd be shocked.
It'd be shocking if somebody took him early.
Mm-hmm.
Just because running back.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the best one last year went 32nd overall. So, I guess, in the drafting people's eyes, the best one.
Well, and I think they've seen Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, and Ezekiel, were the three highest taken running backs, and they're all bad picks.
Yeah, because
McCaffrey was your whole offense because you had nothing else.
Yeah,
Saquon Barkley and obviously he's hurt last year, was a beast, but you picked him 3.
Yeah,
that is a horrible pick.
Oh yeah,
you did nothing for your team.
No,
he rushed. He had 8 touchdowns and rushed for 1,500 yards. That's an all-pro season that did nothing for your team.
I mean, the running back is definitely, everybody knows it's just it's the dying first-round pick anymore, you know what I mean? Even in something as silly as fantasy football, you don't draft running backs anymore, you know what I mean?
The only one I could give an okay to, and it was only for that first year, would have been the Zeke pick.
Yeah.
Because that was a missing piece on a team.
Yeah, that already
should have been.
Yes.
Hey, we get this running back. If we get a guy that can go 1,400 yards with our line, our defense, this is our piece to go.
Yep. I mean, they did it the first 2 years.
You cowboyed.
Yeah, exactly.
And had the best setup for a Super Bowl push and didn't make the playoff.
Yeah,
but
fucked it up. Yeah, I mean, I think you're going to, obviously there's not a whole lot of big names out there to sign big deals anymore. Your main guys are signed now. It's really just the, missing pieces in the depth right now. You know what I mean? Some of the older guys, like everybody wants to talk about Jadeveon Clowney. Okay, he's still available. I don't know why we're still talking about
the Browns.
Yeah, he left without a deal.
Well, yeah, it was like, we'll give you vet men.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm worth 15. It's like, no. What'd you have, 1 tackle last year?
Yeah, exactly. And then, guys like the one that intrigues me is Melvin Ingram, from the Chargers. He's still available in free agency. I know he's 30-some, 31, 30, 31, 32 or whatever, but he still gets after it. You know what I mean? He's still he's a good football player. If he could get in the right fit where he's just rushing the passer, I think that would be awesome for him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there's a couple of those guys out there.
Yeah.
That have all right.
Some older seasoned linemen that are still available too. That could, a team making a run to the Super Bowl.
Right.
The Chiefs still haven't signed any. They've signed a guard. They haven't signed any tackles. So something like that, they could sign a guy for a quick 1-year deal. And
that's what you're going to see now. And you did see a lot of that.
Yeah,
a lot of hoopla. Well, he signed for $30 million. It's like, yeah, but the guarantee numbers are like 10.
Yeah, exactly.
These guys are signing 1-year deals because we're at 182 this year. Next year, it's probably going to go back up over 200 with the deal they just signed.
Yeah,
and you got to assume that we're going to have some crowds and stuff. So
yeah,
there's let me hit the free agent market when it's an actual market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and they released some of the big names that are going to be available next year. Holy shit!
Yeah,
holy shit! There's going to be some contracts pushed out at the end of next year.
Yeah.
If the teams actually want to keep those people. I couldn't imagine if TJ Watt has another successful year this year, like he has his whole career so far. What the hell are the Steelers going to fork out for that?
That's why they had to let guys go because they're preparing for. He's the guy that you're paying.
Yeah,
I mean that.
God. Yeah, I mean I'm looking at the list here. Solid guys still available.
Yeah,
older guys obviously. You don't have some of the young guys.
I'll tell you what, even though they brought him in with Clowney to talk to, I don't think Carlos Dunlap's did anything.
No, he's still available, yeah.
I feel like that would be a good move for Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
He had some production in Seattle. And that's all you're looking for.
Yeah, you don't need him.
You just need a guy on the other side that, hey, if you're going to double him, this guy's going to get free.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I think that's why they bring in Clowney. You know what I mean? Just at one, I hate that. You're going to say, well, who are we going to block? Well, you're going to block Myles Garrett. You're going to double Myles Garrett. He's way better than Jadeveon Clowney.
It's not even close.
Not even close. But it's now you actually have a guy who is still young enough. Fuck, he's only like 28 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize he was that young still. I thought he was in his 30s. Like, you're 28 and you still can't get a deal done? You lazy bastard.
I think I would be, obviously the numbers weren't going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they made a big offer to him last year. But I think because the Browns are cooking.
Yeah.
I mean, they got something going.
Yes.
You bring him in and talk to him, and I feel like he's a guy of like, last year maybe worked. This year going, we've had success. We got a playoff win.
Mm-hmm.
Could have had a second one, even though, you're getting the doors blown off of you before Mahomes got hurt. Let's not. You're nowhere close to Kansas City. When Mahomes was there, you weren't in the game. But they've added some pieces.
Yeah.
Getting better. I feel like you bring Clowney in and go and talk to him again and go, I think this guy might ruin our locker room.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because like you hear like on Hard Knocks and stuff with Landry and stuff, talk, the work ethic.
Yep.
Of like, he doesn't have it.
No.
And it's been very publicized.
Yes.
That he doesn't have it.
Yeah, and it's been very publicized that Landry is one trying to change that in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And it's working. So, it's working, yes. Landry's a hard worker. Say what you want about OBJ, he's always working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Say what you want about him.
That's the one thing everybody says, well, when he got hurt, their offense got better. I think that's better for them.
Yeah.
Now, hey, this is how we play.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we've established this running game, now we're going to drop Odell Beckham in.
Exactly.
And you crash that safety down to stop these running backs, see what happens.
Exactly.
Because Landry's, he's a cross guy.
Yep.
Odell take top off.
Mm-hmm.
So now,
now
you got something.
Now put 7 in the box if you want to, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put 8 in the box. See what you're going to do.
Yeah, because now you got a threat to push them back, and then you can do what you want to do.
Yep.
Just run and play action.
Exactly.
I'm high on the Browns.
I am too. I really am, and I am not a Browns fan whatsoever.
Neither am I.
But they have something. Stefanski has came in and said fuck you to everybody who said that he wasn't going to be a good coach and all that stuff, and he has put in his system and his style, and it's awesome. And they've done some decent things in free agency. I mean, they went and got one of the higher safeties available. And,
I think the best thing for them, obviously, Stefanski's good hire.
Yeah.
But their best hire was that GM.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Name a move that he hadn't gotten right.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's just like this guy's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've taken it, and, we've both listened to Lombardi or whatever when he talks about, hey, you got to build that culture and then get back. And it looks like that's, hey, you got Landry. We got guys that we have a good locker room.
Yeah. I mean, I think honestly they have to draft like all defense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know where they're picking. It's got to be in the 20s somewhere. 26.
How about that?
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns have the 26th pick, and it's their pick.
Yeah. It's their pick. Yeah. It's not anybody else's. I can't remember the last time I watched that where they were not in the top 10 from their own pick.
Yeah. It would have been 2002?
Something like that. 2008, maybe.
No.
They went 10-6.
Okay. And didn't make the playoffs.
And didn't make the playoffs. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's.
Yeah. Was that year that they caught it on the sideline but got shoved out of bounds? That guy that's in prison now?
No, not Winslow. That was a couple years later.
Okay.
That was like Derek Anderson was quarterbacking for them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How about that recall for you?
Yeah.
1 of 27.
Yeah.
You had 27 options of quarterback to pick from. And
I got it right.
And I'm not looking it up. We don't know. I'm not fact checking you. Somebody else will. But
it was Derek Anderson.
As far as I'm concerned, you are correct.
Thank you. I got enough Browns fans in the family to remember that
who the quarterback is.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean they're cooking. They're doing things right. I think it's literally if they have 7 picks, 5 of them got to be defense. You know what I mean? And then the other ones are just best available.
Be interesting if they make a move up, maybe get an edge guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the guy from...
Because now, I mean, at 26, there's not an Ohio State defensive end in this draft, so, they're not going top 5.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going into the top 5, 26 to top 5 is a tall order.
You're giving up a lot.
Tall order. 26 to, 9,
mm-hmm.
That's doable.
Yeah. I feel like if they would ever trade OBJ, that's when they do it. If they have somebody, I don't know who it would be, if they have somebody in mind that they really, really, really want, and they think that this guy is all the difference, and you know what I mean, and they're willing to move up, I feel like he's in that package.
Yeah.
I just try to think of teams in the teens that are, up there that could they get it, and who needs a receiver? You know what I mean? Everybody would want a receiver.
I feel like I'd be very disappointed if they got rid of OBJ.
Me too.
Very disappointed. I feel like now 26, you might not be able to do it, but I think they should go the route kind of how Indianapolis did of, hey, I'll trade you my pick for one of your players.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, if you're going to put a package of trade together, I mean, I don't know where they're at with cap space. They had a decent amount of cap space.
Yeah.
Feels like Chicago really wants to get rid of Khalil Mack.
I know.
I mean, you could flip a couple things his way, and if you did that and could figure it out, you got a problem.
Yeah.
For an offensive line.
Hell yeah, you do.
I mean,
hell yeah,
you got a problem.
That would be something where Chicago wants to trade back into the first round. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a spot. I'm just saying, I don't know what the hell Chicago has, but yeah, you say, you can have my pick, just give me Khalil Mack.
Well, they have Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm just, you're right. I mean, that brings up a weird and good point, but yeah. It's true,
I feel like when you're back that far, trade for a player.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
because chances of you hitting on somebody are pretty fucking slim.
Yeah. Oh, and how big did it change the Colts defense last year when they got DeForest Buckner?
Drastically.
Oh my God.
It was like, and it was, well, yeah, but they could have got this guy. It's like, well, you don't know.
Yeah.
I know who he is.
Yeah, and he's pretty fucking good.
Basically, I just picked him for the 18th pick.
Uh-huh.
Got a
13th.
Pro Bowler or 13th?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I'll take that.
Pretty good deal.
I think he was an All-Pro last year, too.
Yeah.
So I think he made that list.
Yeah.
I think he's a first teamer. So.
Yeah, I think he's all right.
Yeah. I think they did well with that pick. Yeah, I mean, it's. I think you're right though. When you're back that far, I think players the way to go. Don't just collect picks. You're not rebuilding, so you don't need to collect picks.
No.
You're in the win now. You need to go get dudes who are going to win now.
Well, you're at you're seeing what that collecting picks done. The Patriots collect picks.
Mm-hmm. And
well, what they have to do,
anybody.
They had to go fucking sign a bunch of guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Because nobody's good at drafting.
Yeah.
Nobody is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you talk, everybody's like, well, Belichick finds, but no, he just cut another 5th rounder that he picked last year.
Exactly.
Like, you're cutting your draft picks.
Uh-huh.
1 year in.
Yep.
You're shitty at picking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not,
Mm-hmm. I know. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. It's you can guess right a couple times, but that doesn't make it really good.
Yeah.
You got an average. I mean, everybody seems like you typically start out with 7. You know what I mean? And then you can do what you want with them. But out of those 7, you probably hit 2 right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one of those of, hey, if I traded some stuff away, got some pieces or whatever, if I only picked 4 guys out of the draft, I'm okay with that. If I feel like I can hit on 4.
Uh-huh.
Now, you got to have cap manipulation because you get some cheap guys and stuff like that. But at that point, 6, 7, you're drafting special teams players.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Practice. Yeah, I mean,
hey, this is a backup safety that's going to be on our punt team.
Yeah.
That's what you're drafting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's, when all the pro days are going on now and you see these people going there and this and that, and Kuiper comes out and says that he's got 4 quarterbacks going the first 4 fucking picks and all the trades and stuff like that. It's sad that that's where we're at. Now, I know it's been a quarterback league for a while, but when teams are so desperate that you're drafting a quarterback from BYU, he has a team drafting the guy from North Dakota State.
Yep. That played one game, looked like shit.
Yep. And that's it. I don't know. Like, people are so mad to get the next quarterback, the next great quarterback, that they're willing to take that pick. And somebody's going to do it. You know what I mean? I mean, I think we can all agree that dude from BYU, everybody seems high on. He's probably going in the top 5.
He's probably going number 2.
He probably is. I mean, whether it's the Jets or somebody else.
Well, that was the thing too. I seen a clip, or maybe I was listening on the radio about Kuiper coming out with it.
Yeah,
and it was like an ESPN update. Maybe it was on the radio. They said, "Well, he's still got Trevor Lawrence going 1." It's like, but they said it like it was like a shock. Again, he's got a like, well, yeah, Since he was semen in his daddy's sack, he was the number 1 fucking pick. I mean,
if he isn't taken number 1 overall, it is the.
If he's not taken number 1 overall, it's because they traded and somehow got somebody.
I can't imagine them be like, nah, not him. Gardner Minshew's my guy. You know what I mean? It's just like, what the fuck? Thank God I listened to Tim Hasselbeck had a little segment on Get Up ESPN, and I watched it, and him and Greeny were talking quarterbacks. Thank God he has a little sense in his head. He came out, and I'm not backing up Justin Fields because I'm an Ohio State fan. I'm backing him up because of who he plays against and what he's done against those teams. He said, he goes, if you take any one of those other quarterbacks, he goes, let's put him on Syracuse's team. Do they win a bowl game? No. He goes, if you put Justin Fields on that Syracuse team, they probably go to a bowl game. He's like, he goes, and then he just kept back. He just kept saying the falling in love with all of these, mid-round, you know what I'm saying? These mid-major guys. He goes, it's just ridiculous. He goes, they don't play anybody. They don't do anything. He goes, yeah, are they good players? Probably. They're good athletes. They're good quarterbacks for those teams.
Yeah.
He said, when they get here, they're going to struggle. And he's 100% right.
They haven't played against an NFL player.
No. And Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, last year, Tua, even you can even put in Herbert and Burrow. Those guys played against NFL guys. That's why that's why 2 of the 3 have had early success, because they're used to the competition, you know? And I'm not saying that BYU or North Dakota State doesn't put as much time as in the film room or anything like that, but they worked, they prepared, you know what I mean? I watched the Hard Knocks with Justin Herbert. Every time that he came out, he went over and talked to his coach. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's those little things that helps them out. You know what I mean? I don't want to be saying anything bad about those guys or anything like that, but are you going to do that? Or do you think you're so hell-bent on you being the second round pick that you don't need to do that?
Yeah. Well, the way I see that is they could be great.
Yeah.
But from that level, you need a little growth. Mm-hmm. Just speed of the game.
Yeah.
You'd be better off being a late round or second round pick where you can sit for a year.
Yeah. Exactly.
But if you're pick number 2, you're starting as a rookie.
Oh, yeah.
That's the world that we live in.
It has to be it.
And I've heard a couple guys, I think it might have been Trent Dilfer that said that. He goes, this thing of starting rookie quarterbacks, and wait until like week 8 or week 10. He goes, if you're going to start him as a rookie, start him week 1 because you've wasted 8 weeks of game time.
Yeah.
So if you're convinced that they are, you just go, they're going to throw 20 interceptions, going to look shitty, but we got to get them reps.
Yeah.
Everybody forgets Peyton Manning threw 26 interceptions his rookie year.
Yeah.
If that happened right now, he'd been benched.
Oh, yeah. He would have been benched.
Peyton Manning would have been benched.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because, this guy can't fucking play. Played in Tennessee. They ain't any good.
Yep.
That's what it would have been. It was like, Peyton Manning. Took 13 seconds to get elected to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yeah. It might have been Hasselbeck, too, who just went off on Mac Jones. Like,
about being bad?
About being about him not going to be a good quarterback because the quarterback position is changing, is what he said.
Yeah,
and he had good points. A
lot of statue talk.
Yes, yeah,
like Tom Brady's the last statue.
And he was going on. He says, I like drop back quarterbacks as much as anybody, but he went on some stat that there was 9,500 rushing yards from quarterbacks this past season. He goes, that's up 10% from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
He's like, so you have to be able to be a little bit more mobile. And he brought up kind of the points where I brought up last week of, in the national championship game, he could have ran, but he didn't. He waited and he threw. He's like, you're going to have to run a little bit. And we don't know if he can, because he didn't run on his pro day or anything like that. And he's like, and he just went off of how he's not going to be good. I was like,
well, and that's a thing, thinking about like a Joe Burrow side of it. Like Joe Burrow is a drop back passer.
Yeah.
But he can run. I mean, his first touchdown was a 20-yard scramble.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it was just that, he's going to stand back there and throw the ball.
Yep.
But when it's time to go, you're looking more of that, I don't need a Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, well, is he the next Lamar? Lamar's a freak.
Yeah.
Like, there isn't a next Lamar because he's Lamar.
Yeah.
Lamar wasn't the second coming of Michael Vick because Michael Vick was Michael Vick.
Exactly.
So stop looking for that. You're looking for... Maybe not the, I hate saying this because it's so fucking stupid, the arm talent of Aaron Rodgers, but an Aaron Rodgers he's a drop back passer.
And he can scramble around.
But he'll scramble.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. Hey,
if this guy, or if you want to run if you're running that mesh running game, make that defense end's going to have to think. Andy Dalton did that when he played in Cincinnati a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. He could run just enough. Every couple of games, he'd pull that ball and run for 20 yards.
Yep.
Because everybody started crashing down.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is.
Yeah. And I'm not big on design quarterback runs. I mean, a draw
especially
here
in the
and
NFL.
There. Yeah. Where everybody's just as fast as you are.
Yeah. And they hit way harder.
But it's like you said, if I have to, I will. The drop back passer, it's also your system and what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I look at different systems for what Mac Jones could be in. He could be in a Browns Stefanski. He could hand the ball off and do a play action. He could be in the Tom Brady-esque with the Patriots of doing that. Hand the ball off, hit some swing pass. You know what I mean? It's just who's coaching you.
To me, that's the only place he makes sense is to the Patriots.
Yeah, and if they're drafting a quarterback at whatever they are, 19 or 15 or whatever, I don't see him going there, but, people have done worse things.
Yeah. That's speaking of Kuiper, we talked about that pre-show.
Yeah.
Of the trade up for Justin Fields.
Yeah, the Panthers. With the Panthers.
I love that for Justin Fields. It'd be going number 3.
Yeah.
But Teddy's there. You don't have to play right now.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yep.
Joe
Brady
seems to be that up-and-coming guy.
Yep.
He's going to teach you some things. And everybody seems to like Rule.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
And that owner has came out of like, we're going after it.
Yeah,
like
exactly. We're not messing around. Hell, they're the only team where I've heard after all of these Deshaun Watson scandals and things like that, where they're like, yeah, we still would like him.
Yeah.
we're still actively shopping that guy.
Rappaport said there's still about 5 teams interested.
Of course there is, because
it's Deshaun Watson.
It's Deshaun
and you don't
Watson,
know what's going to happen.
You don't know.
He's going to end up being on the commissioner's list.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because all those that go into, they're not, as these trials go,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where everybody ends up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, till Ray Rice happened, nobody, I didn't even know that fucking thing existed.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Like, well, they're putting them on the commissioner's list. What is that?
What is that? Yeah.
Is that right along the voidable contracts that nobody knew fucking existed until
this year? Yeah, it's a weird year. And
what's it up to, like 18?
What?
As far as Deshaun goes.
Yeah, something like that.
Across multiple states.
Multiple states.
It's like, that first breaking is like, is this some shady business? And then as they start stacking up, it's like, okay. Well,
maybe.
I mean, things need to run their course.
Mm-hmm.
It's always tough and civil.
Yeah.
Because it's not, reasonable doubt. It's just like, did he sway one more juror?
Yep.
But and then he's got to prove it and be proven innocent.
Mm-hmm.
But he could just write some checks and make it go away, but then you're guilty.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just the way.
Yeah.
So
who knows how that's going to shake out?
However it plays out, I'm not picking any sides.
No.
I'm still firm on the not getting traded.
Yeah.
So I might have helped my situation as far as saying that.
Might
but
have. Yeah, I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
After all that came out, and this is sad, and I'll say something, but after we heard everybody's trying to trade for this guy, we heard about all the shit that he hates about the Texans.
Yeah.
Wants to leave, all this stuff. We hear they just signed Tyrod Taylor, whatever. The next day it comes out, and my first thought, I was like, it kind of seems a little fabricated.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything. I'm not for sexual assault or anything like that. No, I don't know him.
Okay.
No, I wish I did. Probably give you a little bit more scoop.
I don't. Not if this is true. I don't need that shit in my life. I had enough problem of my own. Not on that category.
Yeah,
I don't want to say anything like that.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not for anything that he's accused of, but it just seemed like that. The way that it all played out, and then I was like, and then all of them came back out, and I'm like, maybe not. Probably not.
It seems, I didn't read, I'm not going to read all these, like, seems like LA Times articles.
Yeah.
That's kind of all they are.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of, sexual assault articles. Yeah. But just in the gist of the Twittersphere.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter sphere. It seems like there's a lot of massage therapists.
Yeah.
Like, was he going to rub and tug joints? And now they're saying that
they're going to his house.
So basically, he's having masseuses? Masseusi?
I think it's masseusai.
Masseusai? Having multiple masseusai.
Yeah.
I don't know how to. I've never said that word plural before.
I think it's like moose and deer. I think it's just
37 masseuse.
Yep.
Is
masseuses.
Masseusai.
Yeah.
I like masseusai.
Massais.
That's what it is.
Masseusai.
Basically, hey, I need you to work my joints and stuff like that. And then he just, hey, can you jerk me off?
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, is that what's happening?
That's
because in my mind, that's how I see it.
That's where it went to. And it's like, if you're already down there, you might as well work that muscle too. It's
and I can't. I mean, it sucks. If you are a masseuse, if you're a female masseuse, I assume almost 90% of your clients ask for that.
Yes, I would assume that as well. And it's like
just like, hey, this is like they have places, so you just go there and do that.
Do that, yeah, exactly.
I mean, Robert Kraft found one.
Yeah, exactly. And you can just do it yourself. I mean,
sure.
I'd
be better anyways.
Probably.
I don't know how to handle it.
He's probably a two-hander. But yeah, so I mean, it's a weird situation. I still think he'll be traded if this all goes in his favor.
But I mean, how long?
Yeah,
I mean, if
I don't know how
17
long,
or 18,
exactly.
Just the amount of time.
I know. Yeah, I know.
And that puts them in a weird position too for the Texans. Of like, if you wanted to trade him now, it's his stock is dropping.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But then it gets to a point, like if he gets convicted of some of these things, like then you probably have that, that force majeure in the contract to fire him and not have to pay him a fucking thing.
Exactly.
There's some whole can of worms.
Yep, that can be opened up with this.
One big worm got opened up, and it's a problem.
Yeah.
For everybody.
18 people specifically, but
yeah.
And you brought up the Panthers trade up for Fields. We like that. I brought up earlier that Kuiper has 4 quarterbacks going right off the bat. And we talked about the Bengals, who's, they're picking right after that. And, earlier in the mock drafts, you had a lot of people had Penny Sewell going higher,
And that's a weird thing to me of like, he was like, when that first came off, would he even make it to the Bengals? Like they're thinking like 2, 3.
Yeah.
And now it's like, he might not be a top 10 pick of like, well, what the fuck has this kid done wrong? That
exactly.
Has he forgotten how to block people? Because he seemed like he was pretty good at it. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know what happened. If it's just the quarterback stock, everybody just said, we need all these quarterbacks. And it's like, you guys didn't do anything wrong, but we just feel like all of these quarterbacks are going to be taken before you. But it put it in a predicament. You brought it up earlier.
Yeah.
The Bengals, do they take Sewell at 5, right?
Yeah.
Or, Kyle Pitts is still there. Which way do you go?
I told you. Obviously, I'm a Bengals fan.
Mm-hmm.
They've made some moves. They're actually spending some money.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know where their cap number sits right now, or how. I mean, I know they had a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Are they spending up to the cap, or are they just spending up to that? What is it, 85% that they have to spend? I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems like some of the moves are okay.
Yeah.
That they've made.
Mm-hmm.
But the thought is your quarterback's getting murdered. Obviously, did get murdered.
Mm-hmm.
A couple times, I think he died.
Yeah.
Then his leg got ripped off. But he's a guy. You've got a dude at quarterback. You can't protect him, obviously.
Yeah.
You still throw up 50 times a game.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
For
some fucking reason. You're not winning.
Yeah.
So maybe protect him.
Nah.
It's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
As much as they need an offensive lineman, I think that Pitts kid, his height, size, athletic ability, kind of fast.
Yeah.
And the way the tight end game is in the NFL, that might be a dude.
Yeah.
And I think 100% you have to take him.
Yeah. I'm with you. I said that earlier.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that aspect of it. And you brought up a good point. When the Bengals were, winning 11, 12 games a year and going to the playoffs, Eifert was the guy.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to bring up A.J. Green and all these guys. You went through Eifert.
Yeah.
He had all the numbers. He had all this. If you can get somebody back in that time where you don't have to worry about receivers, you know what I mean? And you have Eifert or Pitts there, I think it helps you out better. And we had talked about it's not a big name offensive line class, but it's deep. There's a lot of offensive linemen in this draft where you could, get one day 2 or you trade back into the first round or something to help that situation out where Kyle Pitts is a guy you can't pass up.
Yeah.
You can't pass him up.
And that's maybe the way you need to look at it. It's not the offense that he wants to run.
Mm-hmm.
They had some okay play at tight end last year.
Yeah.
And you get a Pitts in there, maybe you run some 12 personnel.
Yeah.
That's a
big
motherfucker for defenses.
Yep.
Especially because the other guy made some catches. I used that tight end, I can't remember his name, multiple times on FanDuel.
Oh, the Usi Yuma, or how do you say it?
Yeah, because he was cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he gets the points.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's something to where whether you're the Bengals or not, if Pitts is available, I think you take him because he is that difference maker on your offense.
Yeah.
It's even if he's, the Eagles take him, that shit a hole of an offense. He instantly makes them better.
Yeah.
No matter what. He made that team better. And, we always talk about the tackle having the second biggest impact on your team other than your quarterback. I think this guy would make a bigger impact on the team than the tackle would. I mean,
yeah, and that's the way I think about it is he can block a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to chip at least.
Yeah.
I would never take not a quarterback, but a wide receiver, any kind of receiver in the top 10.
Yeah.
Just because, especially nowadays, the receivers coming out of college are like 12 deep.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and there's not a lot of separation. But there's only one tight end or 2 tight ends in a draft class.
Yep.
That are special.
Mm-hmm.
They're difference makers.
Yep.
Look at everybody.
Yeah.
Who's in the Super Bowl? Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Gronk makes a big,
yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
it's
Kittle.
always, Kittle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what it is.
Yeah, exactly. And
They're too fast for linebackers, and they're too big for safeties and corners. What are you going to do?
Exactly. They're the ultimate position. I mean,
what are you going to do?
Even back when tight ends weren't even really looked upon as they are now, Antonio Gates, Tony Gonzalez, those guys were...
They're the ones that changed.
Exactly. They were ahead of their time into nowadays offenses. But, I mean, just those guys, how many times did Antonio Gates just box out the safety and just go get the ball? I mean,
got
you know
inside
what I mean?
the 20.
Exactly. You knew who it was going to, and it didn't matter.
Hey, Phil, just throw it up, you know.
Exactly.
Aim for the goalpost. I'll get it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
so to me, that is, especially when you play in the North, that's a big deal.
Oh, yeah. It is. It makes, it turns your aggressive defense into a little bit more on their heels. You know, it's, I can't blitz a whole lot because I gotta have a guy right there guarding that tight end, you know?
Yeah, and that helps. That helps that mainly for the fact of you can blitz all you want, but if we get rid of the ball in under a second and a half, good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just me hoping for the Bengals.
Yeah.
Still don't have an indoor facility.
Who needs one?
Yeah.
Who needs one?
Bearcats have one.
Yeah.
Use theirs.
You got a guy coming from Florida. Don't get him.
Wouldn't want any extra reps or anything like that. That'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. You know, we're about a month away from the draft, and, you know, the trades that happen on draft day are always exciting to me. You know what I mean? Because they're the ones that aren't talked about until it happens, or, you know, seconds before, or minute, you know what I mean? Schefter come on and, you know, developing, could potentially happen, but you don't know.
The most interesting pick in years is number 2.
Yeah.
What are you doing if you're the Jets?
I know it.
You sticking with the guy you got, or are you taking one?
Yeah.
And if you're not taking one, you got to trade out. What are you getting?
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. The only, it's tough.
Because if you're not taking a quarterback, somebody's coming up to get one.
Yeah. And it's tough what are you selling that second overall pick for?
A lot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it'd be the Jets. It would be picks. Their GM used to be the GM at Philly, I believe.
Yes.
And I don't know how he did with drafting.
I don't remember that much.
It seemed like they have a lot of talent.
No, I mean, he drafted Wentz.
Yeah.
He drafted Derek Barnett.
You know, that's back to a previous conversation that we had as far as trading for players. You get Zach Wilson, you know, back into that of everybody's high on that, you know, and what you said was Hasselbeck said of like, this kid, maybe he probably can't play. Maybe he can't play. You know, now whether he's broken or whatever, before he got injured the 1 year, he was probably going to be your MVP.
Wentz, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what he is. 100%.
Yeah.
You know he can play in this league.
Yep.
Everybody keeps forgetting that the Eagles had nothing.
Yeah.
Every one of their receivers that goes somewhere else.
Injured.
They can't catch the ball in Philly. They lead the league in drops.
Yep.
Everybody's injured. They keep forgetting to talk about that.
Yeah, I know it.
I'm not, you know, it's just a shit ton of money that the Colts took on.
Yep.
But needing a quarterback, what other options would they have had?
Oh, they wouldn't have had any other
besides bringing
options.
in like an Andy Dalton or somebody like that.
Re-signing Brissett or something like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, no, I like that trade for them because you know what he can get. I mean, obviously, Frank Wright was there when they won the Super Bowl, and his rookie year, second year, all the years he was there, he had Wentz, you know, so it's a comfortability thing too, and you know what the guy does.
But now, you know, it's ride or die for him.
Oh,
if Wentz doesn't play well, you're fired.
For sure. Yeah.
Because you also was the decision maker that didn't take Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Because you wanted Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of knows my offense. Like Tom
fucking Brady. I think he'd learn that one pretty quickly.
And there's another one of like, you could see that too. Like the first 8 weeks down there when Tampa looked like shit.
He's probably thinking, oh, I'm good.
Running the when they really started playing well, started getting a little more Tom Brady offense instead of a Bruce Arians offense.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about that ego shit of like, well, this is the offense I run. It's like, how about you bring in a quarterback and run what's best for him?
Exactly.
Because the Tom Brady offense seems fucking work.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah. But the Jets situation, they're in a win-win. I think Darnold's a good quarterback.
I do too.
I just don't think he's had the right people there to help him out and progress. You are going to get a huge offer for that number 2 pick. Do you take it? That's really the biggest thing, because you could probably get, obviously, the team's first rounder for this year.
Yeah.
You could probably get their first rounder next year too.
Yeah.
And then probably a third or a fourth this year, next year.
Yeah.
And even possibly a low grade player. You know what I mean? Not necessarily a high name guy, special teamer, you know what I mean, backup, something like that. So it's really your decision of, like you said, are we sticking with Darnold? Or are we just going to go ahead and draft somebody and then trade Darnold afterwards?
Yeah.
That'd
be an interesting thing. That's the most interesting thing.
Yep. I think that dictates the rest of the draft, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think it dictates number 3, because you're going to say,
because who's trading up? Because that's another.
Mm-hmm. Who's trading up for the quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it might be, when you look at it, because depending on who's trading up. So Carolina Panthers, what are they, 9?
Yeah. No. 8 or 7, one of the two.
So by trading up from 8, if they, instead of trading to 3 to Miami, if they traded up to 2, if they wanted Justin Fields and they traded up to 2, that's an easier trade because the Jets are getting 8.
Yeah, exactly.
As opposed to, like, say, if the Patriots came up there.
Uh-huh.
Well, now you're getting 15. Now we're a little, okay.
Yep. Let's just say Fields is the guy that people are wanting. Let's just put that scenario out.
And that, for the last 2 years,
yeah, exactly.
Has been the number 2 pick in this draft.
Exactly.
And in the last,
6 months?
After the was the game he threw 3 interceptions, the Indiana game?
Yeah.
After that Indiana game, Justin Fields can't play anymore.
Yep.
Doesn't count what he did against Clemson.
Nope.
Let's just remember that.
Nope.
Twice.
I'm with you. I have 2 scenarios. I'm with you with the single-digit picks trading up for that 2 spot. I'm also in the mix with the Falcons. You only have to give up, really, you would just swap picks and then something else.
Yeah.
Because you're picking a 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then it makes sense for you to get Pitts if you're the Jets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, this is my second scenario, is the 49ers at 12. Depending on what they're wanting to do with Jimmy G. If there's an offense that can start a rookie day 1, it's that offense.
Yeah.
Because they've started undrafted quarterbacks there the last 3 years because of injuries.
See, if I could see them in a trade scenario on draft night, it'd be the Jets picking a quarterback.
And then them getting Sam Darnold.
San Francisco trading for Darnold. Even though that's a weird trade.
Yeah.
Because, you'd trade nothing for him.
Pretty much.
Because he's, year 3?
Year 3 or 4. 1 or 2. This might be 4.
Yeah, if he's coming into 4, so you're trading for a guy that's cheap for 1 year.
Yep.
Maybe 2 years. It's a 5-year deal. They pick that option up. But you got to pay him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if he's serviceable, you can pay him 25. Because we're at that, and I know I've talked about this. That's a threshold.
Yep.
You make over $25 million at the quarterback position.
You don't win Super Bowls.
You ain't fucking winning.
Nope. Talked about that a lot.
And that's the other reason we talked about how the Bucs sign everybody, because Tom Brady just re-signed.
Yeah.
And lowered his hit.
money. Yeah. Exactly.
So maybe it's not the Patriot way. Maybe it's the fucking Tom Brady way. Going, hey, if I sign for $40 million, I will have nobody on this team.
Yep. Pretty much.
You know who signs deals like that? Bad fucking team. Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Signs that huge contract.
They're bad.
Seattle. Bad fucking team. Russell Wilson. Bad fucking human.
My prime example with that one is the Colts. You had Andrew fucking Luck on your team. You sign him at that point in time, was the highest paid quarterback and you couldn't get anything. It's why he had to retire. He was beating the shit so much because you couldn't get him any help.
Yeah.
To where he had to retire early. Could you imagine him with that offensive line now? Of how
oh my God.
Of how scary the Colts would be? How scary the Colts would be. One, you just developed a running game with your 2-back system. Fantastic. You have offensive linemen. You have one of the best guards in the game, maybe possibly ever if he keeps up his pace.
Yeah.
And then you still have Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
The only thing you had to find is a tackle because Costanzo retired.
Yes, that's it. But, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Just crazy that what could have happened if they would have just cut that in half.
Yeah.
Of what they could have went and got somebody else.
That's the other thing, too, of even last year, the fact that T.Y. Hilton was never used in that offense.
I know. But he re-signed for some reason. Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good player.
Yeah, I don't think Philip Rivers can throw the ball that deep, to be honest with you.
I think that's kind of what it was. Like he's chucking fucking center blocks.
Yeah.
Well, it's close enough if I throw it to this linebacker. Who'd they have in the building yesterday?
Who?
The Colts. I think Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, I think they did.
I don't know how I feel about him. He seems to suck.
1-year deal.
Yeah. Yeah, because you got to have somebody.
Yeah, you got to have somebody else. I mean, hopefully Paris Campbell can stay healthy, and then the rookie
That's the thing.
Then the rookie they drafted last year ended up being okay towards the end of the season.
The guy that's not giving up his number that had that did nothing.
Yeah.
You've done nothing. You've one touchdown. Not a fucking chance, Wentz.
You can't have 11.
Okay.
You can't have 11. Okay. I'll take 2 because that makes sense. Figured he would just go with like 1, you know?
He does strike me as a guy's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like to have 99.
Can I have
but
that?
the NFL won't let me.
Could you? Oh, that'd be cool if they did college style. You had like number 26 throwing the ball. You know?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Can we let the linemen get some numbers in the 20s so they don't have to be like 65?
At center, number 21.
Yeah. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, it should. Get 99 running the ball.
Well, it's like in basketball, like you can't have numbers until you're in the NBA. Like you can't have number 7 until you're in the NBA.
Yeah, because of
the fucking hand signals.
Exactly. Because it's too
in a
hard
high
to
school
do
game.
2 hand signals.
Yeah. It's hard to use 2 hands. Or you just fucking yell it to them.
Because you walk over to the scores table anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of good numbers out there not getting used in high school and college.
Yeah. Ah, fuck. Did he signal 77 or 71? Yeah. Could you just come over here and say it, please?
Yeah. You just say it. There's only one of them on the court.
Yeah. Thought you're going to have 2 77s.
Well, that's the one that, obviously where we went to school, team that we play, their color is purple.
Yeah. But they say
blue.
Blue. Yeah.
There's got to be one fucking silver. You can't say purple?
No, exactly. Blue.
Foul on blue.
Yeah. Who?
They're not playing.
Is that his last name?
You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy.
You're my boy.
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
That one.
I forget where I sidetracked our conversation.
Yeah.
And we went a different route. I don't even remember what we were fucking talking about. This is what people get pissed off about. Is because one of us will sidetrack the conversation, usually me. And it's like, what the fuck were we talking about? Because we're on an interesting little
topic there.
Take.
Yeah.
It had to do with quarterbacks sucking.
And number changing.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold,
the number 2 pick.
Yep.
I feel like whatever happens, the Jets will fuck it up.
For sure. I like to think not, because I really started to like the Saleh guy. And I don't want him to suck. Just I like the energy he brings. I like the rowdy guys who get excited. You know,
the bad thing is he has no say so.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
I know it.
I think a lot of people don't think that. Like they think the coach has a lot of say. They do not.
They do not. Ever watch the movie Draft Day?
Yeah,
like, that seems like a pretty good scenario. That you didn't talk to me about that. Yeah. I don't have to.
You know who they consulted because he was there?
Yeah,
Michael Lombardi.
Yeah.
He's cut the guy.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I mean, that's my job to do this.
Yeah. That's just I think, for the most part, the only say-so the coaches get is thinking about going with this guy. Does he fit your scheme?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's where we're going.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, or it's one of these two. Which one would you prefer?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those kind of things.
Do you know this guy?
Yeah. Did you get anything? Get a good read on him?
Yeah.
You know?
Because you're here to coach, not pick the roster.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if I'm going to cook it, I want to buy the groceries. Everybody sucks at doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Look at Billy O.
You know who sucks? Bill Belichick sucks at doing that.
Yeah, because he can't keep anybody.
Can't keep anybody. And it's going to be real interesting what happens when you don't have Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
First 8 weeks of the season, Bill Belichick looked like a fucking genius.
Mm-hmm.
Now it turns out, oh, you don't have Tom Brady. The same roster. Tom Brady took him to the playoffs.
Yep.
So
what are you doing?
Are you the mad genius?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not.
No. And I think that's where people see it as, like, I should have say-so. Oh, Belichick has say-so, and they win Super Bowls. He also had Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And the fact that Tom Brady was willing to take pay cuts to sign those people.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Bill still cut whoever the fuck he wanted to cut when Tom was there.
Yeah.
You know? It's just the way it was. I mean, he cut Welker in his prime.
Yeah.
Right after they won the Super Bowl. Yeah, sorry, we're not bringing you back.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Hey, how many of these really successful white slot receivers will they have now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just say that because probably, Tom Brady seems to make that position.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's not happening. Fucking Bill Belichick. He's a terrible coach. Is that where we're going with
no,
this?
We're not going with that.
Okay.
We're not going with that.
I read that different.
No,
I'm sorry.
Bad GM. bad GM.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Yeah,
bad
that's where
GM.
we went. Not bad
Fucking
coach.
Nike.
Yeah.
What'd you pick that guy for? My dog jumped on the keyboard. I didn't want to fuck pick him.
Are
they having a live draft this year in Cleveland?
Yes, they are. People are going.
Did they say how many people they're going to let go?
The article, now I could have misread this thing horribly, but what I
read the headline, didn't you?
No. I mean, I did, but I read a little bit more, like a paragraph. But
give me the gist of it.
They're only allowing you certain people to go, kind of like when like Radio City Music Hall.
Yeah.
Like they just pretty much took like a poll, like they just drew names out of a hat. But you can only go if you've been vaccinated.
No.
Is the kind of the way I read it. Now, I could have been completely wrong. Maybe it was like a suggested thing, but
wonder if they're going to be rapid testing people when they get there.
That was my other thought too. Like that could have been the word the vaccinated was going.
Yeah.
Like we're going to test you.
Will it go faster? Because out of Goodell's basement last year, it was a fucking nightmare.
No, it won't go any faster.
It was horrible.
Me and a buddy stood on Broadway Street for 5 hours and watched it the one year.
For one round.
In Nashville? For one round.
The fact of, the draft kicked off at 8 o'clock?
I think it's 6. 6 or 7. It's not that late.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not.
It was like an hour into it and the first pick hadn't been made yet. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. Now, they shorten the 4 through 7 picks, like the time you get.
Yeah.
You should fucking shorten the first round pick if you don't know who the fuck you're taking.
Well, the fact that they take full time.
Yeah.
90% of the time, like with the Trevor Lawrence, he's already signed the fucking contract.
Exactly.
When you say the draft is open, just go ahead and announce that pick.
Yeah, I hate the 10 minute. You need 10 minutes. The only thing where I could say 10 minutes is you just swapped picks.
Yeah.
Maybe give me a little bit more time to decide who I actually want. But when you trade up for that, you already know who the fuck you want. That's why you traded up. So I hate the trade and we're going to restart the clock. They already fucking know who they want. That's why they traded up.
I would see the Dolphins. They're a team that would take the 10 minutes of, hey, let's this is the guy we're going to take, but we're going to hang by this phone, see if somebody wants a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I get it. But the fact of, fucking people work.
Yeah.
I mean, you go on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
And then it's fucking pushing 10 o'clock and you're on pick 12.
Yeah, I know it.
I'm the fuck out of here with that shit.
Good thing I have personal days.
Yeah. I do not. Not this time of year, I don't.
Yeah. That's a good point. Damn draft.
Yeah, sons of bitches. Are we done with football?
I think so. Did you have a funny story you wanted to tell?
I did.
Okay.
Do we need to talk about the NCAAs at all?
Of how, Farva from Super Troopers is just dominating right now? I mean, that's who he looks like.
Do you think, obviously we're both Ohio State guys, that was, I was still at fucking work.
Yeah.
When that came through on my phone that they got beat. Of like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Actually, my brother texted me kind of a,
Yeah.
hey, I'm wherever he was.
Yeah.
Of like, I didn't see it, but I just kind of heard that Ohio State lost. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah. I mean,
Yeah. I watched the last 4 minutes of regulation, and then I watched the overtime. When I got home, I was able to catch the end of it.
yeah.
It was just bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, and part of me thought that they weren't going to win for the fact that how many interviews did Holtman talk about they had no legs because they played like 7 games. It seemed like they played like 7 games in a row.
Yeah, they went to the championship game. And they've been in Indianapolis living in that hotel for 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, part of me was like, well, he keeps complaining that they don't have any legs, and they shot the ball terribly. Like the Washington guy, who usually is pretty good, he took all of the shots in overtime, and I don't think he didn't fucking hit one of them.
Yeah.
I don't remember if they scored in the overtime period.
It seems like with that many double-digit seeds going to the Sweet 16, of like, and all the complaining you heard about hotel accommodations and everything, like, was there a lot of teams just like, let's just get the fuck out of here? We're not going to win the thing. Let's fucking go home. Doesn't count against any of our eligibility. We can all come back.
Yeah. The one game that I do want to talk about, and it's part of Loyola, Chicago versus Illinois. Loyola's coach out-coached Brad Underwood in every aspect of that game.
Yeah.
They trapped their ball screens. Illinois runs the high pick and roll.
Yeah.
They trapped their ball screens, and they brought the guy Cockburn. I'm going to call him Cockburn, not Coburn. Nobody spells their name Cock and it's not Cock. So
how are they saying it's
Coburn? They've been saying it Coburn, not Cockburn.
That just a little side story of a member we used to have at the other golf course I used to work at. His last name's spelled Loser.
Yeah.
Lizer. Comes in. I happen to,
Is it Lizer? Is that how he says it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Comes in.
Yeah.
Guy we know work behind the counter has it. He goes, I got a 2:00 tee time. And he goes, oh, loser? And he goes, actually, it's Lozier.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
no,
not,
the fuck it isn't, man. There's not a C. There's not an H. There ain't nothing in there.
Yeah.
That's loser.
Yeah.
Spin it however you want. I just put an E on it, call it Dierte.
Exactly.
Fuck off. That's not what it is.
So yeah, this guy's the post player for Illinois is really, really good. It's Cockburn, not Coburn. Fuck off. They trapped it, and they didn't stop running that. Like the last 5 minutes where Illinois was starting to make their push, I think they cut it to 7 or something like that, and they're starting to go. They are still running this, and the big dude from Loyola like smacked the ball out of the point guard's hand like 5 times in a row. And then they went in transition and scored. I'm like, stop running the pick and roll. They've defended it.
That's the...
I don't even know if he out-coached him, but Brad Underwood out-coached himself. Like, we're just going to keep doing what we do.
It's every if you're not a run and gun team, every college is offense right now. They have a pick and roll play, and they run a 3-man weave.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all the offense there is.
Yep.
Of like, maybe do something else.
Yeah.
Or just chuck it up from half court. Maybe some of them fall. I mean,
hey, Syracuse.
Yeah.
I tell you what, everybody was like, man, is Boeheim an underrated coach? He's probably underrated. He has like fucking 900 some wins. Okay, he's not underrated, but the reason teams suck against him in the tournament is because nobody sees a fucking zone until they play Syracuse.
Yeah.
So you're not used to it.
Especially that one.
Exactly. It's
everybody's
a matchup.
seen a 2-3 zone, but not that one.
No, it's a high matchup zone where you struggle to get in the paint still because it's pretty much man-to-man until you get into a certain area. And you got to be able to shoot the ball well to make runs at it. And they got like 3 guys on that team who they turn around on offense and they shoot the fuck out of the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, his own son just is lights out. So that's why they make it to the Sweet 16s and Elite 8 all the time because nobody's used to seeing a zone.
Yeah, when they have besides when they had Carmelo.
Yeah.
When they have super good teams, they get bounced early.
Yeah.
When they have that, like, hey, we barely made the tournament, they go to like fucking Elite 8.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand why, but they always do.
Yeah, it makes no sense. But yeah, those are really the only games. I mean, the Abilene Christian Texas game, I stayed up and watched the end of that one. The dude, it's tied.
Yeah.
The dude from Abilene Christian goes to the line, is shooting 55% on the year and knocks both of them down.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
It's such and I haven't had a chance to watch many of the games.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are they playing on a Monday?
Yeah.
Why did this work out this way?
And I don't know. I don't know why it went Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
I know that, the bubble and stuff. Like, yeah, but you had like all this time to figure it out.
Yeah.
Why are we I have to stay up because the Sunday slot is awesome because they usually like the last tip times are, like you watch games, go to bed.
Yeah.
Like now you're asking me to stay up on a Monday and for 2 days of work.
Yeah.
You're trying to fuck me.
Exactly.
No.
Shit, what was I going to say? I don't know why they changed it from Friday to Monday, not Thursday to Sunday. Like it's like been like the last like 15 years.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. Something weird.
Yeah.
Fucking people. Ruining everything.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the only other thing to talk about was the discrepancy of weight rooms between the men's and women's.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
The men's, this massive fucking, pretty well laid out, for we just put this together in a hall of some hotel or whatever. And then on the ladies' side, it's like, hey, here's like 12 dumbbells.
Yeah.
And a elliptical.
Yeah.
You're good.
And then, my favorite part was like after the video went viral and the NCAA was like, oh, we did fuck up.
Yeah.
She re-put the video and there was like, thanks, finally, NCAA, you recognize, what you did to us. It still wasn't even half as fucking good as what you gave the men's. It was still like, I know you're happy about this because obviously you got your voice heard, you got something other than a rack of dumbbells, but like the men's one had the whole fucking arena filled with racks, and then they gave the women's like 8 of them.
Well, that was the other one I was listening to. The one head coach, can't even remember. She wrote a letter on Twitter.
Yeah.
Talking about all the shit.
Uh-huh.
And the one I heard her getting interviewed, and she's like, one thing that people don't know either is because we have to do COVID testing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Just like the men.
Yeah.
She goes, they don't come to our hotel and do it.
We got to go to them.
To walk.
Yeah.
Like a mile and a half.
Uh-huh.
To go get tested.
Yeah.
The men, they just come to the hotel and test them. I'm like, and I hear a lot of people, and this is if you bring in some money, you get what the men get.
Yeah.
This is college.
Yes.
That Title IX, that's not the way it works.
Nope.
This is the NCAA. This is what they do.
Yep.
Be better.
Yeah, for sure be better.
And I heard this, my favorite take I might have heard. When you see the picture of the women's weight room, or I don't even know what you call it.
Weight room's fine.
Here's some fucking
dumbbells.
Stack of dumbbells that you would see at
Planet Fitness.
Actually, it's a stack of dumbbells you can buy at Walmart.
Yeah. It's a tree of dumbbells.
It's a tree of dumbbells.
Yeah.
They would have been better off having no fucking weight room.
Yeah.
And they say, hey, we don't have weight rooms. Shit, with the pandemic, we forgot. Let's get you one together. As opposed to putting together, this will fucking do. It was a fucking rack, yoga mats.
Uh-huh.
Women like
yoga. Yeah.
And then it's like, if you would have done fucking nothing,
it would have been
and then just
better.
went like, shit, we forgot.
Yeah.
You'd have been in a way better spot.
Yes.
Way better spot.
Instead of just playing out, just not giving them one.
Like the one, like the NCAA penalizes everybody for doing you got cream cheese on that bagel?
Yeah.
Fucking, you suspended forever. You are not finding out who was supposed to put together that fucking weight room.
Nope.
For nothing.
Nope.
Because that person's getting fired.
Exactly.
The world we live in, you're fired.
Yep.
They ain't releasing that fucking thing because some old white guy.
Probably.
We know that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Women don't lift weights.
Yeah, they don't work out.
No.
They don't work out. It's tournament time. They're not supposed to be working out.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, why would you have all the fucking men's stuff? It's like, yeah, people work out on schedule, even on game days.
Yeah.
That's the way they do it.
Yes.
That is just funny to me.
Yeah.
Like, well. I didn't even know. I mean, and like advertised, I didn't even know the women's tournament was going on, to be honest with you.
No, I knew it was going on at the same time. It just was on different. I mean, I knew it was going on.
Where are they at?
Same place.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why they play during the week instead of opposed to the weekends.
And in your own backyard. That's where the NCAA is located.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing a good job keeping the sport clean, though.
Yeah.
It's not like anything ever comes out about players getting paid.
Nah.
You get a free lease on a car, or you get a free car rental, you're suspended for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
They give you fucking $300,000 to come here.
Yeah.
Eh. Eh. It's just fucking NCAA.
Oh my God.
Yeah. All right, we want to do the funny story and then get out of here?
Yeah, let me hear it.
Okay. So, I won't use any names.
All right.
But you know him.
Okay.
We work together.
Yeah.
We get lunches catered.
Okay.
And it was kind of like a hamburger thing.
Uh-huh.
And I went in for lunch, and we just happened to be together when we walked in that day. He goes, hey, these are pretty good. And I look over, and it's, like gourmet burgers, but they're cooked in like, they had like mushrooms and shit on it.
Yeah.
I don't like mushrooms,
No,
so
yeah.
I didn't eat.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
So he tells me this morning, he goes, man, you're lucky you didn't eat lunch yesterday. Now he, sometimes has some stomach problems.
Yeah.
He's just one of those guys.
Yeah.
So he goes home after, eating.
Uh-huh.
And he's, like you, got another building, like a shop.
Yeah.
That he kind of dinks around there after work.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, man, I was, feeding the chickens and then was in the shop just doing some stuff at the dog in there. He goes, I'm walking and around in the shop, man, I just get that kind of gurgle in the stomach. And he said, oh man, I'm not going to fucking make it. I'm not going to fucking make it. He's got his coveralls on.
Yeah.
He didn't make it out of the garage.
Oh.
To get his coveralls off and explosive into a fucking trash can with his dog watching him. He said, I looked at the dog, had a look on its face like, what the fuck is going on?
That's funny.
He had to, at your own house, had to shit in a trash can. I don't know why. I laughed so fucking hard this morning.
Oh, that is funny. It's just like, don't tell anybody. Dog, don't tell anybody.
I told him. I said, hey, this might make the show today. I won't use your name. But he's just, that's fine.
That's funny. That's what we do on this show.
But that was just the fact of, I don't know if it makes it funnier that he was able to get a trash can.
Yeah.
And basically, it's not like you're not sitting on it.
No.
And it wasn't like a 13-gallon kitchen trash can.
Yeah.
It's like a barrel trash can. Like you can't, you're not jumping up on it. Like he had to hold it behind him
and bend
just
over a little bit.
Splatter it.
Oh, that's funny.
And just like your dog can't respect you anymore.
Yeah. I don't like you anymore.
I don't know how, with this can.
This is it. We're
done.
Took it over.
We're done.
Uh-huh.
But yeah.
That's funny.
This is a good shit story. I feel like we haven't had a good one of those for a while.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good one.
It was good.
All right, man. That's all I got for you.
I'm outie.
All right.
Wideside.